So over a year ago, I invested £1 into my Monzo Invest account and I completely forgot about it. So let's just see how that £1 has performed and if you should use Monzo as your investing platform. So as you can see, this is my Monzo account. I have a business account with them, but also my personal account. And if you scroll down all the way to the bottom and just go up a bit, there is a section called Savings and Investments. If you go into it, you will see that Monzo allows you to invest into 3 very simple funds that I think is very beginner friendly. If you are new to investing and have only in the past just saved, this could be your introduction to investing, but I think Monzo hopes that you will stick with them. Now, Monzo is a very popular bank in the UK. A lot of people have it, and if you are banking with them and just browsing the app and you come across investments, this may pique your interest, pun intended there. So like I said at the beginning of last year, I put in £1 and completely forgot about it. You can see this is my performance over the past week. So as you can see, over the past week, I am up by 0.81%. So the Monzo investing section of the app is incredibly easy to use. There are 3 menus to this section. You can see savings, where you can open a savings pot, and now you can even invest your pension with Monzo. Now this may be a video for a different time, as I didn't realize they did pensions, or maybe this is a thing that they're going to be releasing soon. But as you can see, this is how the investment section looks. We have week, month, year, and or time. So I invested £1 on the 3rd of January 2024, and like I said, I forgot about it. So 1.5 years later, that investment is up by 21.57%, which I think is an excellent return, especially for someone who is new to investing, doesn't really know how to do the research for different funds. I think they would have been happy with that. So my £1 is now worth £1.24. I suspect that was a dividend that was paid into my account. Otherwise, the return would have been something like £1.21. Now with Monzo's investing section, there are 3 different funds that you can buy, so it keeps it very simple instead of other apps where there are thousands of funds and unlimited variation of them. Now the fund that I selected to invest into was called Adventurous. Like I said, there are 3 different types of funds, Adventurous being the most adventurous and highest risk, as this will have the most towards stocks and shares and the least towards bonds. Now if you look at the performance of the graph, we can see that it is extremely similar in profile to the S&P 500. We can also see during February there was a big dip, and this coincides with the dip of the S&P 500. So if I scroll down, you can see my activity and you can see investments. I put in £1, but I believe that 2p was from dividends. And if we scroll down, we can see that the fund that we invest into for the adventurous type has a 66% weighting towards North America, so really high with the S&P 500 there. However, Europe does have a significant amount. We have over 22% weighting towards Europe. And if we include Asia Pacific, we can see over a 10% weighting there. Now, like I said before, Monzo is probably suited for those who are new to investing, have only been used to having a bank account, and just want to get started with investing without having to worry about too much research. So one thing these people may overlook is of course the fees that Monzo does charge. So here we can see there is a management fee of 0.14%. Now if we download the fund fact sheet, we can see that this fund is called MyMap7 if you want to do your own research on there. And if we go on to the ongoing charge, there is an ongoing charge of 0.14%. So we know that that is the total expense ratio for the fund. But what is Monzo charging you on top of that for investing into their platform? So this is not something that becomes immediately apparent on the app because it doesn't show you what Monzo charges. It just says there is a management fee of 0.14%. Sure, if you do more digging, you probably will find out. But if I go onto their website now, you can see that Monzo has basically a platform fee here of 0.45%. Now this is in addition to the fund fee, the MyMap7 or MyMap5 or even MyMap3, depending on what fund you choose on Monzo. So you are paying 0.45% and then you're paying an additional 0.14%. So in total, you're paying a massive 0.59% to be invested into something that does seem at a glance very similar to an all-world fund that you probably can get for a whole lot cheaper, if not more than 3 times cheaper. So unfortunately, a lot of beginners will not understand the impact of these fees on their long-term portfolio. 0.59% in my opinion for such a simple fund is way too high. In the description box down below, I'll leave the link to 2 providers that have no platform fees. So essentially, you can invest into a very similar fund on these platforms without having to pay such a high overall fee. Of course, with every platform, ETF fees, fund manager fees always apply. So will I recommend Monzo Invest for a new investor? Well, the answer is more complicated than that. For the average investor, absolutely not. I think Monzo's platform fee is way too high. However, if you are new to investing and would not otherwise invest because you think other platforms are way too complicated, then yeah, I definitely think that Monzo has a reason to exist in this space, because a lot of people who have the app anyway might be tempted into investing. And if you start off with Monzo and learn more about investing, you can always find a cheaper alternative later down in your investing journey. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.